Hi, I'm Wayne Harrison, this is Jude King, and this is another episode of Fun with Jude and Wayne. Today we're going to do the recipe molasses drop cookies with raisins, one of my favorites. So, first of all, we're going to combine 1 teaspoon of baking soda with a half cup of sour milk. Now, it's funny that a friend of mine, I gave him a recipe, and he set the milk out all weekend for it to go sour. You don't have to do that. To sour milk, you can either put lemon juice, you need to put an acid in it. So a lemon juice or a vinegar. And it just takes maybe a teaspoon or so of vinegar. I just put a glop and it'll sour your milk.
Could you use yogurt?
Don't know. You could try.
Okay.
Anyway, so keep that aside and then let's whisk together 2.5 cups of flour with 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. Can you reach that? You can. Okay.
Yeah,
and then the ginger, which is a half teaspoon, and a half teaspoon of cloves. Oh, we get cloves. And a half teaspoon. The humidity is really letting it connect. Of salt, cinnamon, flour. Yeah. So that's the dry ingredients. We're going to mix the oil. Do you want to pass the oil over?
Into the bowl?
Yep, into the bowl. We're going to put a half a cup of oil, a half a cup of white sugar, 1 egg,
which we
whip, yep. And here, let me just use...
Now you call these molasses cookies, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure people in Europe would know what molasses are. I'm not sure because I've been here in Canada for 30 years. But all I remember when I was cooking in England was golden syrup and
this is the molasses we're using. It's Crosby's. It's made right here in St. John, New Brunswick. And
it's made from dark sugar.
Right.
Okay. So there's a golden treacle and a black treacle in England. If you're trying this at home, try those if you haven't heard of molasses before. I haven't heard of them when I moved here. So.
And when I pour molasses, like we use oil, so we have a half cup of oil. I measured it in this container and dumped it in a bowl so that the edges would be oil. Because when you pour molasses in a container, it tends to stick to the side. So you can see by having the molasses here, it still sticks to the side. That's because I did it a while ago. So
that's what I like about you, Wayne.
What? I'm just so certain of what I'm doing.
Yeah, you are. I love it when things go wrong.
Well, cruel. You should love it quite frequently. Normally, I don't set it out for long periods of time, so I pour the oil as I'm baking, and I put the molasses right in the container with the oil, and it just slides out as smooth as silk. So when you're making it, try that. And then
Sounds
you don't
like
have
childbirth.
What's that?
Sounds like childbirth. Slides out just as easy as you can.
And you use molasses? Okay, so I'm going to use that instead of this. Okay, if you want to slide this in, alternating with the sour milk and baking soda, and yeah, just put in this.
Oh, it's gone all bubbly.
Yeah, the baking soda bubbles up. It reacts with the vinegar that's in the acid that makes the milk sour.
Oh, I'm learning so much.
So
You should call it Learning for Jude and Fun for Wayne.
okay, throw it all in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my kind of cooking.
Let's do it here, and then use this to scrape out the other. All right, so we're making the batter for the cookie here. So you can see we're incorporating the flour.
Smells good.
I love molasses cookies. My sister Nancy, anytime I made anything with raisins in it, she said, quadruple the raisin. Quadruple, whatever. She said quadruple.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just mimicking what she said. Of course, I would have said All right.
That's lovely.
So you get this.
A real rich smell of the West
Molasses,
Indies.
cinnamon.
The West Indies, Barbados, brown sugar, sugar cane.
Yep.
Oh, lovely.
So once you get it all incorporated, then we're going to add a half a cup of raisins. My sister wouldn't go for that, but
What would she go for? More?
oh, 4
Oh.
or 2 cups. She would go
Oh, wow.
4 times this. But anyway.
And it will still cook? It doesn't ruin
Oh yes,
the...
it still cooks.
Okay.
We're going to be making a family favorite sometime down the road called a war cake.
Oh,
And
yes.
it is a boiled raisin spice cake that was popularized during the war because there are no eggs in it. Anyway, you'll learn more about that when that episode happens. But stay tuned.
But you mentioned that because of the raisins.
The
So
raisins.
done.
Yeah, you boil the raisins, and that's when I got into reconstituting raisins when I put them in a recipe. If you put raisins just out of the package, they're quite dry, and they will take the moisture out of whatever you're baking and make it drier. This way, if you reconstitute the raisins, they're moist and the cookie remains moist. And so this is a nice, moist, cakey cookie.
Okay.
How do you like that?
Cakey cookie.
Cakey cookie. So that is the dough. Now what we do is we spoon it out. I use tablespoons. You want to set aside.
Just to show people what this looks like. So there's no chocolate in this, but it looks kind of...
No chocolate.
looks chocolatey.
Judith needs chocolate in
I
everything.
do. I used to work at Cadbury's.
I've never had chocolate molasses cookies.
No.
So I'm going to put 3 cookies across.
Show people.
Oh, there. Sorry. So you're going to hold the bowl? Is that-
Yes.
Okay, good. And we're going to put these on here. Just mound them a little, and they cook nicely.
So they don't spread flat.
No, they don't.
Oh.
No, watch them spread flat. If they do, I have too little flour in it, but I believe these will work. The only extra is the moisture that I would have added because of reconstituting the raisins. So, I'm gonna put them in here. At home, there were 9 kids, and anytime we made these, you bring a batch out of the oven and they disappeared. Probably no different than any other
So is
house.
this your mum's recipe?
No, this is a recipe we got in the kitchens at St. John when we
Oh, yeah, but it
advertised.
wasn't from a family member.
No,
Oh, okay.
no family member. So,
Do you want to finish it off in another tray?
yeah, I'm going to slide this in the oven.
Okay.
So I'm going to put these cookies in the oven. This one's kind of messy, but that's all right. We'll just tidy
Still
it up.
be eaten. No, biscuit is a
Well-
cookie. English biscuit is a Canadian cookie.
Yeah. So,
Look at that. So you've done about 20.
all right, here we are. We've got them out of the oven and they're quite warm, but we'll take them off here.
Molasses drop cookies.
Molasses drop. Raisin cookie.
Smell lovely.
Yeah. Once you can pick one up, you could break it in 2 and show the camera. If can you touch it?
Yes, I can. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Put it right up to the camera so they know.
Can you
There.
see that?
Ross, maybe you could use that and
Isn't that delicious? Look at that. Beautiful, chewy, spongy.
that's what you want to see in a cookie. A moist, cakey center with plump raisins. I love it. Come out
Oh, that's
on
good.
top. You know,
Yeah.
and my sister-in-law makes a different recipe than this and brings it to the
Family
family
gatherings.
gathering. They disappear,
Uh-huh.
you know, so we're all pigs. So anyway,
Yeah, what you like.
so that's it for today on Molasses Cookies.